regard to that, what do you think about Honorable Babu?
Let me tell you, Babu Owino is a very strong governor candidate for Nairobi. Babu Owino and myself, because of being the people's project, where we have reached, we can win the seats that we are looking for on whatever party, or even without any party. He terrorized the person you kept mentioning from Nairobi until the guy saw stars disappear. And we can only say that the guy leaving Nairobi to Ngoma is akin to the proverbial statement that coming out of the frying pan with fire. Still the same, still one and the same. So Babu Owino is, if there is a candidate that will give Sakaja sleepless nights, is Babu Owino. That one is a fact. And I think Babu Owino and myself, we have some commonalities. Both our opponents, I'm told, are doing opinion polls after every 2 months. And consistently for the last 2 years, I think we've been very ahead. That's why they usually abandon projects, this one to the other, one to the other, one to the other. And the difference between Babu Owino and myself is Babu Owino is a very small difference. Yeah. Babu Owino has 2 university degrees. I have 2 university degrees. He has 2 master's degrees. I have 2 master's degrees. I am also a PhD finalist. And by December, I will have completed my PhD in public administration. And I think we are one of the most educated leaders in our country. And we have the courage to navigate along the political murky waters. This is our time. We are youthful. We have the intelligence of an old man. And we have the charisma of that leader that is required, that our country needs to take our country forward. And I think looking at the things that are happening in our country, all those leaders who are in country, the best of them is William Samoei Ruto. All those leaders who are in them from country, who germinated during country, the best of them is William Samoei Ruto. So when William Samoei Ruto completes,
To remind you about the
very good question. You cannot compare all the current crop of leaders with Masinde Muliro, because the syllabus is completely different. The current leaders, including the one you've mentioned, like myself, like very many leaders of today, we somehow now we have a say in terms of what development the government should initiate in our country. The governors who are here, they have been given a blank check in the resources to run their counties with the autonomy that comes from our constitution. Masinde Muliro was fighting for political space. There was no devolution at that time. You get the point? There was no devolution at that time. There were no bursaries that he was giving. There were no schools he was building at that time. You know, he was an opposition figure. His role was to fight for repeal of Section 2A so that we can have multi-party democracy. And because the syllabus was different from the syllabus of the current leaders, you cannot compare them. You can't. It's like if you want to compare between Paul Tregat and Musa Otieno, who plays football, or Congestina Acheng, the boxer. You can't compare the three because their lines are completely different, right? And for information, the people who have always been campaigning on the flip side of Masinde Muliro, Omar Wakijana, I don't know, this and that. That slogan, it doesn't hold water nowadays. Because those who are four leaders, they played their role, they exited the political stage, and we have a whole generation who doesn't know them. For your information, I am 40 years of age. I've only seen Masinde Muliro, the pictures. I never saw him. At least I saw Amara Kijana when he was vice president. But then I was first year at the university. And I believe I have, as my sister was born in 1994. She's married with about, she was born in 1991. She's married with about 3 children. Her firstborn son is in grade 8. She doesn't know Moroccan because from 1991 to date, she's more than 30 years. Yeah. So we can't really compare our current leaders with those ones of our forefathers because they both operated within a completely different political space. Yeah. But all these political players are to the benefit of our region. We are not equal. We have some who are erratic. We have some who are calm. Yeah, we have some who are by their own nature, they are a bit diplomatic. They bombard issues with decorum. We have others who do things without a formula, who say what they want to say. That is not a weakness; it's a strength that our region should cash in. And I think as we progress, the politics of our country, of our region, will just take shape. Yeah, some will falter, some will disappear. But from where I sit, I think in 2027, thereabout, we may experience a reward, our Ntimama, a Mudi Awori moment, where when you are watching TV, when the results are streaming in, you see breaking news. Long-serving Cabinet Secretary Nicholas Biwott has lost his seat. The Vice President Mudi Awori has lost his seat. Vice President Musalia Mudavadi has lost his seat. I think 2027 might be the year where some people have dominated the political space for one too long, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. I think they may be the possibility of them being retired in projects by the voters. I can say that possibility stands around 70%.